Hello everyone, welcome to Consultaire and IntrainingIT.com. To conduct a document review utilizing the product withdrawal and recall program under the SQF Module 2.6.3, first check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we both have the same titles as the product withdrawal and recall program. Then next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have the 2.6.3. And since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page XFI format. Just ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then here, insert the company logo together with the company name and company address, and you may also enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. Enter the name of the originator, affix a signature, position title, and the date originated. Next, for the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the quality management department who reviews the adopted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. You may enter also the name of the reviewer, affix a signature, position title, and the date reviewed. Next, for the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has the approval authority. Enter the name of the approver, affix a signature, position title, and the date approved. If there is a revision, the revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personal training. Implementation date is when the document is distributed and personal training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document, and for any revision, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. And here, please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First we have is the purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. And for this program, it is for the implementation with the SQF Module 2 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Clause 2.6.3. First one is to implement SQF 2.6.3.1. The responsibility and methods used to withdraw our recall product shall be documented and implemented. The procedure shall first identify those responsible for initiating, managing, and investigating a product withdrawal or recall. 2. Describe the management procedure to be implemented, including sources of legal, regulatory, and expert advice, and essential traceability information. Third, outline a communication plan to inform site personnel, customers, consumers, authorities, and other essential bodies in a timely manner, appropriate about the nature of the incident. And 4. Ensure the SQFI, the certification body, and the appropriate regulatory authority are listed as essential organizations and notified in instances of food safety incident of a public nature or product recall for any reason. Next, to implement SQF 2.6.3.2, the product withdrawal and recall system shall be reviewed, tested, and verified as effective at least annually. Testing shall include incoming materials, minimum traceability one step back and finished product, minimum traceability one step forward. Testing shall be carried out on products from different shape and form materials, including bulk materials that are used across a range of products and or products that are shipped to a wide range of customers. To implement SQF 2.6.3.3, records shall be maintained on withdrawal and recall tests, root cause investigation in actual withdrawals and recalls, and corrective and preventive actions applied. To implement SQF 2.6.3.4, SQFI and certification body shall be notified in writing within 24 hours of identification of a food safety event that requires public notification. SQFI shall be notified at foodsafetycrisis@sqfi.com. Lastly, to comply with 21 CFR 117.139, recall plan for food with hazard requiring a preventive control. 1. A written recall plan for food must be established. 2. The written recall plan must include procedures that describe the steps to be taken and assign responsibility for taking those steps to perform the following actions are appropriate to the facility. Second, we have the scope. For the scope of the program is based on the purpose and serve as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. And under this is the notification, recall or withdrawal system tests, regulatory recall requirements, customer requirements, communications, and investigations. Third is the policy. The policy are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. A management committee is in place to coordinate and manage recalls. A withdrawal and recall procedure is prepared describing the methods, responsibilities, and procedures implemented in a product withdrawal or recall. Senior management in the recall committee and departmental and division managers with authority to make decisions are involved. The methods to investigate the cause of withdrawal or recall are implemented. Records of any recalls and withdrawals along with the result of testing of the withdrawal and recall procedures are maintained. Fourth is the procedure. The procedure is a step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. First we have here is the notification, and here are the list of that are need to be notified. First one is the FDA and the phone number, the DOH, the SQFI, the certification body. Then next we have the certification body. You may also enter the name of the certification body and contact number. Next is the recall and withdrawal system test. The recall and withdrawal system is tested at least once per year by the quality department by creating a scenario, selecting a raw material or ingredient or product at random, declare a specific deficiency or non-conformance. The scope is determined at this time. Assign the appropriate class of recall, select lots of batches to be identified, gather all supporting documentation, specifications, product records, raw materials receiving records, rework records, WIP records, product holds, product storage records, distribution records, testing and analysis records, record traces like tracking of recalled products result, calculate percent completeness if the results are less than the product accounted for, indicated specific corrective actions, assign personnel responsible for corrective actions and preventive actions, and reporting. The time allotted for mock recall exercise completion is 2 hours. Next, we have the regulatory recall requirements. Under this is the 21 CFR Section 117.139 Recall Plan. Under this, we have the procedures, recall steps. Product complaints such as car reports are received by the sales and marketing team from customers and forwarded to the CEO. In a possible product recall or withdrawal, the complaint is escalated to the recall response team and committee and is assessed by the CEO. A call log is then utilized to inform all customers, suppliers, and vendors affected. An inventory check card is then sent immediately to the list of companies and customers to check the product status currently held or distributed. You may refer to the product recall. For mock recall exercises, the mock recall exercise inventory check return card can be used to measure the system's effectiveness. Then next, product recall assessment and investigation are also initiated during this period. Reference, product withdrawal and recall assessment and investigation form, followed by product traceability to ensure trace, Refer to the Product Traceability Form or BOM traceability. Next, an urgent product recall letter is issued to all customers, warehouses, distributors, and whoever handled the products recalled. For those who possesses the product recalled, a product fill disposal form is sent through the document, the recall product destruction or disposal. The recall reporting through the product withdrawal and recall assessment investigation form and product traceability form is continuous during a product recall. This form and all supporting documents, labels, product distribution lists, and etc. are submitted to the applicable agency to inform the product being recalled. Refer to the FDA recall reporting format as an example. Next, SQFI and certification body notification immediately follow within 24 hours. Customer requirements. Recall and withdrawal system conform the customer requirements per mock recall exercises during customer and third-party audits. Costco requires suppliers and customers to complete at least 2 self-administered annual traceability exercises to verify the effectiveness of the product recall program. The recall or the traceability system is able to account for 100% of the product in a 2-hour time frame. For non-year-round operations, Costco requires facilities to conduct a single mock recall traceability exercise. The second exercise is completed by the auditor during the annual food safety audit. Next, we have the communications. Mock recalls and product traceability exercises serve as a communication measure and effective exercise of the recall system. These exercises are performed upon the request of third-party auditors and customers. Communications to news media, clients, vendors, and government agencies are tasked to the CEO or designer. Investigations, actual recalls, withdrawal. Investigations are performed by the technical advisors and the recall team to ensure compliance with the recall system. Fifth, we have the responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the policy or the procedure. And we have here the management committee or the CEO. They are the one who is responsible for the initiation of any recall procedure as well as all communications to news medias, clients, vendors, and government agencies. Next is the senior management, responsible for CEO directions and will act as the alternate or designee of the CEO. Recall coordinator for USDA and FDA. QA or the QC, responsible for the documentation of procedures and testing when a recall is initiated, responsible for product withdrawal and recall mock tests at least annually or as needed based on a customer requirements. Recall coordinator, alternate for FDA, responsible for notifying SQFI and certification body. Next is the special projects or the technical advisor. Investigations and root causes of nonconformance, withdrawal, and recall. Product recovery, disposition, and disposal. Next is the operations manager and the logistic receiving, product recovery, disposition, and disposal. Next, we have the sales and marketing manager, notification of customer, warehouses, and distribution. Lastly is the attorney, and he's the one who's responsible for all legal matters. 6 is the corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situation. In the event of product recall noncompliance, including a failed mock recall or product traceability exercise, the following corrective actions are initiated. First is the root cause analysis, reanalysis of policy and programs, and training of all affected departments. Seventh, we have the review quality. The review section serves as a guidelines for conducting the annual or the periodic review. And under this is the annual review for the management. The recall committee is established and all members understand their roles and responsibility. The methods and responsibilities for notifying customers, SQFI, the certification body, regulators, and other essential bodies are identified. The recall or the withdrawal system has been tested annually. The recall withdrawal system meets regulatory and customer requirements. Communication has been tested during an actual or test recall. Investigation into the cause of actual recalls withdrawals have been conducted. Corrective actions have been taken on identified deficiencies in the recall and withdrawal. 8 is the reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, and procedure. And under this, we have the SCAR or the Supplier Corrective Action Request Form, Product Recall Management Response Team Roster, Product Recall Committee Roster, Product Withdrawal and Recall Policy, Recall Flow Diagram, Product Withdrawal and Recall Assessment and Investigation Form, Recall Notification Form, Withdrawal Inventory Check Return Card, Mock Recall Exercise or the Inventory Check Return Card, Urgent Product Recall Letter, Product Recall Withdrawal Call Log, Product Field Disposal Form, FDA Recall, Reporting Format, Mock Recall Report, Product Recall Management Team Roster, Product Traceability Form, SQFI and Certification Body, Notification Procedure, SQFI and Certification Body Notification Form. 9 is the references. The reference section is composed of guides utilized to implement the program. Examples are the certification guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. It must comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, Chicago style, and update the access date. And under references, we have the SQF Food Safety Code, Food Manufacturing Edition 9, Clause 2.6.3, Product Withdrawal and Recall Date, Access. Next, the 21 CFR Chapter 1, Subchapter B, Part 117, Subpart C 117.139, Recall Plan, and the Costco Food Safety Audit Expectations, Version 1. Lastly, we have the history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, the revision date, the description of change made, the author or the originator name, and the title or the department of the author or the originator. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on the interpretation of standards and best practices and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultor Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. And for free access, you may visit interlinkiq.com.